Take me back to the days when things were simple. Riding bikes to the sunset, feeling that warm tingle. No screens to distract us, just the sound of laughter. Making forts in the backyard, chasing after what came after. Oh, the good old days when we play outside. No Wi-Fi, no worries, just a wild ride. Trading baseball cards, listen to the radio. Life was an adventure, don't you know?
All right, we are live. So, welcome to the Offline Daze podcast, where we discuss how awesome life was before every hobby became an expensive subscription. I'm Ryan Mitchell, and as always, I have my hilarious co-host.
I'm Coley. I'm here for it. And
Yes.
yeah.
And today we have a special guest who's built a successful golf brand out of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, called the Salty Golfer. So, welcome to the show, Wes. How you doing, man?
Yeah, dude. Thanks for having me. Yeah, like you said, name's Wes Loman. Started the Salty Golfer back in 2019, and we're just this laid-back lifestyle golf brand that, golf kind of gets in the way of the party sometimes, and that's just how we do things. I get to sell beer and golf merchandise every day, so pretty good gig. Pretty good gig.
Sounds like the dream, really.
Yeah.
So tell us about, you started in 2019. Every entrepreneur's kind of journey is different, right? So
Sure.
tell us kind of about yours from the inception into kind of where you are today and what's been happening.
Yeah, so back in 2019, so I was in the medical business for 20 some years, and Katie, my wife, and I, we had like this side hustle, and we were living in Greensboro, North Carolina at the time, in the Jamestown, Sedgefield area, and we kind of started this side hustle called Old North State Clothing Company, and we had embroidery machines, we had heat presses, like we were making a lot of nautical themed, retro, Grateful Dead type themed things, and but we were both, had day jobs and children, and we were burning in at both ends of the candle, as they say. And one night we were getting ready for a festival. It was like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and like both looked at each other and like, I don't want to do this no more. and it was kind of like one of those things. Well, I'm glad you said it first, and I'm glad you agree. And so we sold that business to a man in Virginia Beach. He bought all of our inventory. He bought the machines, and we were just looking to get our money back. And so that worked out. And I had this Instagram page. It was called Old North State Clothing Co. at the time, and I offered him that, and he wasn't interested. And so that account sat dormant for almost, I don't know, 4 to 6 months maybe. And told Katie, I said, I think I'm just going to shut this Instagram account down. And it only had like 1,500 followers at the time. And she goes, well, don't do that. She goes, you love the ocean, and you love playing golf, and you love taking pictures and documenting both of those things. Why don't you just call it the Salty Golfer and, do that? And so I was like, all right, that's kind of cool. So I started doing that, and I'd go just take the camera out to the golf course and take pictures of the course and my buddies while we played, and go on vacation, take pictures of us hanging out at the ocean, stuff like that. And COVID kind of hit, and it kind of changed everything, and it even changed my job. My territory got bigger actually when COVID happened, and my territory was Fayetteville, North Carolina, down to Savannah, Georgia, and I needed to be in the middle, and Myrtle Beach was the middle, and so everything pretty much shut down around COVID, and the only thing really that we were able to do, especially once we moved to South Carolina here in Myrtle Beach, was play golf. So golf is the number one industry in South Carolina, and I think we shut down for maybe 8 days. And our governor was like, hey, if you're scared, stay inside, but golf courses need to be open, and whatever. So I would just go out to these golf courses by myself or with buddies or whatever during COVID, and I would turn on my Instagram live, and turns out people all over the United States and even some other countries were living vicariously through me, watching me, a 7 handicap play golf, which is interesting to say the least. Like, why in the world would you want to watch a 6'8", 295-pound man with a dad bod and a gray beard hit golf balls? But people wanted to do that, and I just kind of, as I saw this trend happening, and people were less like, I would try to go out at the same time, twice a week, and like people were waiting for that, almost like an episode of TV to come on.
Wow.
And in the meantime, I was making all of these connections with superintendents and head pros and GMs of all these golf courses, and it turned into like, hey, I've got this following on Instagram that's growing at like 100 followers a day, and everyone's wanting to watch me play golf. Like, can I come showcase your golf course? And then that turned into like, hey, the world is kind of open back up now. Myrtle Beach looks pretty cool. How do we come play golf in Myrtle Beach? And so then as all this is going on, I'm like, all right, I got to figure out how to monetize this, because people are relying on me to get them to Myrtle Beach and show them a good time. So what I did is I kind of became a golfer for hire. So if you know anything about Myrtle Beach golf, if you come down here, let's say you come down here with your family and you're taking a family vacation and you're the only one that plays golf and you book around wherever, they're going to put you with 3 other people. Just it's the way it is.
Yeah.
Or if there's 3 of you, they're going to put a single with you and they're going to fill that foursome up. So, and we all know, we've all played golf with somebody we don't know, and that can be weird for like the first 5 or 6 holes or whatever. And but most of the time it works out, right? You become acquaintances and, it's no big deal. But there are some cases where you're a single and you get put with 3 guys and that's the last thing they wanted, and you kind of get shunned through the whole round. And, so I just became a golfer for hire. So if you needed me to fill your foursome, or you were a single and you didn't want to play with 3 other guys you didn't know, you kind of already knew me through social media, I'd be that guy. And so then that kind of turned into like booking these trips for people. Like ended up doing there towards like the end, we were doing 24-man bachelor parties, and
That's wild.
I hosted, I don't know, I think I hosted 4 or 5 different honeymoons. Like 2 people that just got married want to go play golf with me. Like it's just a weird world we were living in. And
You're the number one travel agent, Myrtle Beach travel agent, right there is what it sounds like.
Yeah. Just let's go take our honeymoon in Myrtle Beach and let's go play golf with Salty. It was a weird time. And but then I thought, well, let's try to take this a step further. So all these people were coming in and we were booking these trips and we were putting them on these really cool golf courses. And my whole thing was like, I just want to help them create a memory, not only of that time, but, like hopefully they'll come back to Myrtle Beach and it'll be good for the city and like all of this other stuff. And so it got so big so fast that we were having the demand. I couldn't keep up with it. Like I couldn't, obviously, like you'd have 4 or 5 groups in town at the same time. And obviously I can't be in, I've not cloned myself yet. So I'm not able to be in multiple places.
Yeah.
So it just turned into like, hey, we're going to come play golf with you on Tuesday of your trip. And what I want you to do is like, I don't want you to worry about having your phone out. I don't want you to worry about taking pictures. I'll handle all of that. And I usually would have a buddy or a couple of guys with me, and they would take the pictures and the videos, and no one knew it was happening, but we knew all the right spots to do that at, right? Because, we've played all those courses many, many times. And there's nothing worse than when you're on a golf trip or whatever, and you get to the restaurant that night or the 19th hole of the bar, and you're like, shit, I should have took a picture at whatever, right?
Yeah.
And I forgot. Well, we took care of all of that. And then it would take us about a week to edit everything, get it all packaged up, and we'd send it out to them. And then at the end of all of these trips, they were always like, man, I wish there was like something I could is like the Salty Golfer is such a cool name. Like, do you have anything that has that on it? So then all the
Ah,
then all the light bulbs start flickering again, and like, well, shit, do I really want to get back into merchandise? And
yeah,
granted, like I'm still working 40, 50 hours at my other job, this massive territory, but I was lucky because I'd been there so long that I had massive amounts of PTO, and we really didn't do a lot of stuff on Fridays, and a lot of these trips were like Thursday through Sunday, right? So
sure.
I could kind of, I don't work there anymore, so I can say this, like I would just sometimes not show up at work on Fridays because nothing was going on anyway, and I would I would go do whatever I had to go do. But so then we just started doing random drops. Like we would create 75 hats or 100 t-shirts, and we put it out on Instagram. Hey, this t-shirt is dropping at 12 o'clock noon on Saturday. We're not making any more of these.
Yep.
When they're gone, they're gone, and they'd be gone in 48, 72 hours and just be gone.
Such a
And
great strategy. The limited drops for sure.
yeah, it was we just kind of went with this like small supply, high demand, like, and really in the beginning it was like we would just whatever we sold would pay for the next thing. We weren't making any money off of it, right?
Yeah.
It was just to go to the next thing. And fast forward a little bit, like I guess 3 years ago, 4 years ago, I was sitting on this artwork and I didn't really know what to do with it. A buddy of mine said, "Dude, that looks like a beer can to me." And I just got done playing golf, meeting Clayton Burrows, who is now one of my business partners. He owns the brewery in downtown Myrtle Beach called Grand Strand Brewing Company.
Oh,
And I
cool.
said, "Hey man, check out this artwork. Like their back patio, you're maybe 150, 200 yards from the ocean. It's such a good spot."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Hey, check this artwork out. Like, I don't know, would you be interested in doing like a seasonal collab on a beer? Like everything you guys are putting out right now is like an IPA, and there's no like really good local light beer. Like we need like a 4.2, something that when you get done mowing the yard, you can crush it, or when you're out at the beach all day, you can drink 5, 6, 7, and you're okay. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
or when you're playing golf in Myrtle Beach in July, like you can't drink an 8.9
No.
IPA and play 18 holes of golf.
Not
You just
even nine
can't do it.
holes.
Not even 9 holes. Yeah,
Well, speak
exactly.
for yourself.
Yeah, well, Coley, you might be one of the few. I don't know, but like, and then he was like, "Yeah, let's try it and see what happens." And it just took off. Like I'm talking like the golf courses got wind of it, Food Line got wind of it.
Dang.
Now we're in all of South Carolina. We just moved into North Carolina. We're as far west as Greensboro now. I saw some stuff being delivered to Charlotte. Like it's amazing how that beer has grown so fast. And it's a 4.2. It's really light. It's a blonde. It's got a hint of pineapple in it. So it's a really good beach beer. It's not a fruit beer, so you're not going to lose like your man card drinking it. It's
I've
just
had it.
we
It's
just
delicious. I've had it. It's
awesome, man.
delicious. And
That's great.
I actually saw a couple buddies on LinkedIn. I don't like that site a lot, but they were at the golf. They were in Myrtle Beach or somewhere, and they had a salty golfer beer there. So
Sick.
shit was like, I was like, man, he's fucking doing it, man. It's so
Yeah.
cool.
So and shout out to Grand Strand Brewing because like all I did was supply the artwork and the idea, and like they kind of took it and run, and like Southern Crown, our distributor, they've done a great job of like pushing that to the forefront of what they do, and like it's just really cool. Like I think we're at probably this might be on the low side, 65 to 70 golf courses down here that you can get the beer in cans, and like I've lost count of the bars and restaurants that carry it on tap, and it's just I'll never lose sight of how good the Myrtle Beach golf community has taken a hold of the salty golfer and kind of like, hey, this is our brand. Like this brand comes from where we are, and it's really cool to see. And we got some really cool things. But so like I say that to say this, when Clayton, I have two business partners, Clayton who owns the brewery, and then I have Jacob Smith, who is he's one of the few people that can say they're from Myrtle Beach. He's been in Myrtle Beach his whole life, and his family owns resorts, and he's like, so he knows the area, and to have him a part of the team, like he's really good at marketing, and but those guys saw something, and I was at the point with the brand where like it's either like this is just going to be a side hustle, a hobby, or are we going to do this?
Yeah.
And it kind of all happened so fast, and I was just like, you know, you've got this day job. I know it like the back of my hand. I've been doing it for at that time 18, 19 years. Really good money, great insurance. You know, do I want to just like accept the fact that I can do this for the rest of my life till I retire, be super comfortable? And no, it's not glamorous, but yet it takes care of my kids and my wife, and I don't have to worry about it. And then one night we're just go ahead.
I was going to say that's a ballsy move, man. I mean, a lot of people
Yeah.
find themselves at that crossroads there, and especially having kids. You know, I mean, it's a big swing, we'll say.
Sure. So we're laying in bed one night, and I'm just like, I've been tossing this, like wrestling with what do I do? What's the next step? And like the brand is popular. It's like you want to strike while the iron's hot, right? Like, and you know, Katie just kind of, and I was on a podcast the other day, and it was about small business and growing it. And I say this to everyone: if you're thinking about starting a business and starting it from the ground up, like if you don't have the support of the people around you, especially the ones you love the most and love you the most, don't even attempt it. Don't even think about doing it. But we were laying in bed one night, and Katie said, "Hey, man, like, do you want to be 80 years old and wonder what if?" And that was kind of like, and she was like, listen, if we're gonna do this thing, let's do it. And you know what? If we fail, excuse my language, she just let's fucking fail really big. Let's go all in on this thing. Like, let's
Man,
don't
that's
like
giving
not
me motivation right now. Just
right.
hearing you
Like
fucking say that, man. Good lord.
you can always find a job. There's always a job out there.
Yeah.
But like, she's like, if you're gonna fail, like don't half-ass this failure. Like,
Yeah.
let's give it everything we got. And that just kind of like, I mean, I get chills thinking about that today. And if I didn't have the support of Katie and my daughters, like in the beginning, it was them. Like at the pop-up shops and the events, like it was Katie and it was my girls, and they were working for free. And you know, maybe we go get dinner afterwards or something like that. But that was the extent of it. And but then it was cool. Jacob and Clayton approached me, and they'd been friends for a very, very long time. And I was just like, man, like I want to take this thing to the next level. And they said, hey, we want to help. We want to buy into this thing. We want to invest in it. We believe in this thing just as much as you do. And they have been partners now for 2.5, almost 3 years. And it's the truth. Like I never thought I would find people that believed in something just as much as I do, even though I'm the one that created it and started it. And so, you know, there's a thing that goes around Instagram, and you'll probably see it in your algorithm tonight, but the guy says you really only need 2 motherfuckers in your life. And that's the truth. Like I found 2, and they're the kind of guys that I can text them anytime during the day and say, hey, I got a problem. And they're just going to say, well, what's the address? And
I love it.
it's really cool. It's really cool to have those 2 guys in my life, and to, you know, I'm the day-to-day. Like they have their own, like Clayton runs a brewery. Jacob runs, I think, 2 or 3 different resorts. Like
Yeah.
I am the day-to-day, the face of the Salty Golfer, but they were the 2 behind the scenes that helped me get the Salty Golfer to where it's growing now. We always say, like, we turn the side hustle into the business, and now we're turning a business into a corporation. And that's what we're trying to do. Like,
I mean, I love
one
that.
day
I
if-
love that logo too. Like the right behind you, the one that's the joint that's right there. I mean,
yeah.
man, it is phenomenal. And I'll just say with all like because I had a golf brand called Links Life that I kind of did for a while, and then it's kind of on hold now. But I always kind of looked at y'all's brand as like the North Star. You know what I mean? Just because of how cool it is, like how curated everything is, the photography, the designs, like the van that you guys had, or do you guys
Yeah.
still have that? The little camper.
Sitting right out there in the front of the
I mean,
warehouse.
Nice.
that shit is just banging. Like, and also
Thanks,
like,
dude.
I feel like you have a really good music taste too. So like, whenever you're playing, like, you can get into some like oldie shit too. Like, I'll
Yeah,
hear
for
some like
sure.
Tommy James and the Shondells bumping in the back, or just some '60s and '70s, and then I'm a Deadhead too, so like I love some Grateful Dead. But yeah, I'm
Yeah, we
just
kind of we did it backwards. Like if you look at all these brands that I guess we compete with, like the Johnny O's and the Peter Millars of the world, like we built the community first.
yeah,
Like we didn't have $1 million and we're like, hey,
right,
we're gonna build this brand. Like this brand was built and still thrives off a community. Like if I didn't have people digging what we do, then this brand would be done.
right,
I can't survive off of people not like the whole thing with the salty golfer is what I'm trying to do is if you work in Kansas City and you're sitting in a cubicle in December and it's 4 feet of snow outside and you see a salty golfer ad come across, or you're rocking one of our polos with the bus over your left chest, you're like, man, I just want to put you in a place, let you daydream for 5 minutes about like, dang, I wish I was on the coast somewhere with a fruit drink in my hand playing golf or at a tiki bar. Like that's what I think that's where I think that's where we've connected with people. When you talk about the pictures and everything that we do, like and I'm so like anti AI. Like I can't
yeah,
stand that. Like I want my pictures to be, we call it professional relatability. Like I want them to look good, but I also want them to have the feel like I could have gone out and took that picture too, right?
yeah,
Like I want people to like, okay, Salty's a real dude. These are real people. I would love to get to do that every day. I want to buy that T-shirt so when I put this on, like I'm a part of the squad, and that's really what we try to do. And by no means are we out of the woods. Like we grind every day here, like
yeah.
every day.
That's
But
important for people to know, though. Like
yeah,
it's not when you're starting from the ground up like that. You don't have all this venture capital money flowing in. It's you're not out of the woods until you're out of the woods, which it's a TBD thing. Like as you
sure,
go, right?
100%, 100%. And you can't. What I learned is like if we have a banger and we create something that sells out pretty quick and da da da, like yeah, celebrate it for that day, but then you got to move on. Like
Yeah,
you're constantly trying to figure out what is the next thing. If not, you'll get you'll just get you'll get smoked out because guess what? There's somebody else out there that has the same ideas I do and is a lot younger than me, and they have you know, they don't have kids, and maybe they have a lot. They have a little bit of daddy's money and they can do whatever they want to do.
yeah,
But I have to. It's the first thing I think about when I wake up, and it's the last thing I think about when I go to bed.
yeah.
And
And
but I
and let's
love it though, man. Like I love it.
And let's be honest, Myrtle Beach, you stumbled upon a gem there because that, I mean, not stumbled upon it, but that is a golf mecca. Like, I don't care what people say. Like, if you're from it's upstate New York, if you're from the Midwest, if a lot of people come down there because the golf is a bit more affordable, restaurants are a bit more affordable, and you got just a
Sure.
lot of great golf from
Yeah.
all the way up from Sunset Beach all the way down to Murrells Inlet.
Yeah. It's called the Grand Strand, and we have over 75 golf courses in a 60-mile stretch, which is crazy. And they're and they range. Yes, you've got some really like top tier top 100 golf courses. You've got some mid range, and then you've got some courses that are not dog tracks, but yet they're good for people that just got into golf and you don't want to spend $150 a round, stuff like that. And that's why there was this time that Myrtle Beach kind of got like a bad rap and the whole Dirty Myrtle thing and all this. And like, I used to call it Dirty Myrtle too, but like now that I live here and I see how good that we have it, and I, I really hate it when people call it the Dirty Myrtle now because it just it's not what it is. Like,
Yeah.
of course, we're like every city. Every city has a couple of streets that no one wants to hang out on
Yeah.
or be a part
Right?
of. Like, but
That's normal.
that's normal, right? And I am so thankful that I live 10 blocks from an ocean. I get to wake up and smell it every day, and it's just, and there's a brand. It's a really cool righteous lifestyle brand that's being built right here in Myrtle Beach, and I am soaking up every minute of it.
I mean, that's, and like I said, I'm gonna be out there mid-September. I know you're busy. Would love to like grab a beer or something. But yeah, we usually go and stay there by the die resort and play a
Yeah,
couple
barefoot.
barefoot up there. I like to get my ass kicked on the specific die course there, where I don't think I've ever broken 80. But you know, I'm about
Let's
a
do it,
five.
man.
I'm about a 4 or 5 handicap, so I'm high 70s, low 80s, can shoot mid 70s if I'm playing good.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah, man. Well, that was cool to hear about the business, and it's something that I'm even gonna start spreading the word here in Denver. I play a lot of golf here, so maybe there's opportunities to get your brand in some of the courses out here. It's a
I love that.
huge golf facility or area. But now I know, we're not going to spend, we're going to kind of transition over to some of the nostalgia. So Offline Daze obviously is about life before the internet. So what did Saturdays look like when you were 12?
Oh man. Well, what season? Oh, it's summer?
Yeah, we'll
Spring?
say summer. We'll say summer. You're out of school.
Well,
You're out of school.
Well, Saturdays was always game day. It was baseball
Okay.
through the summer, but I vividly remember waking up watching cartoons, and I was a big cereal guy. Loved Lucky Charms, Fruity Pebbles. Back when boxes had prizes in them, and
I forgot about that. Yeah.
When tricks actually had the shapes as opposed to what they are
yeah,
now.
just circles or whatever they are. Yeah. But no, Saturdays are important. Like I said, if it was during baseball season, I grew up in Nashville, Tennessee, and played ball at Una Recreation Center.
Nice.
And we had a great backyard. We turned our backyard into a wiffle ball arena. There was a game there every weekend. We even had our own, like, we lived in a cul-de-sac, and there was probably 15 to 20 kids all the same age, and we would have tournaments on the weekends, wiffle ball tournaments, three-man wiffle ball tournaments.
I forgot about wiffle ball.
And what was really cool was the house behind us, where the home run fence was a pool there, and it was an older couple that lived there, but they loved us, and we were just allowed to hop the fence and go jump in the pool, cool off, and then go play more wiffle ball. And I'm so like into this now that I'm in my 40s. Like, looking back, and I listen to a lot of nostalgia podcasts and love all the retro stuff and even the toys and stuff like that. But Saturdays was cartoons. It was baseball. It was wiffle ball. Mom would always, either some sort of like personal pizza or sandwiches. She'd bring them out there, and
maybe some tea, some sweet tea, or
sweet
something
tea
like
for sure, or glass bottle Gatorades. I remember those a lot in the summer. It was great. Like, we would listen to Y 107.5. And if we heard a good song, we'd hit record and we would tape the song that was on the radio and create a mixtape. And
never forget.
yeah. And then, we would create, like, we would stop the game, and it was Y 107.5, and they had a toucan that was their mascot. And they played like everything, a lot of rock, a little bit of R&B. But that's where we listen to Casey Kasem's Top 40 every Sunday.
Oh,
Of course. God, what
Yeah,
a golden voice he had. Missed him.
yeah, and
Did you ever call in and then hear your voice on the radio? I did that one time. I mean, I
yeah,
called in all the time, but I
you
hear
would.
my voice on the radio.
So my mom is in the music business. That's why we were in Nashville, and she said if you're gonna call in, you got to turn the radio down because it won't
Yeah.
work. So I never got to hear myself, but I did call in a couple of times for sure.
Well,
Uh,
no, I remember the radio stations I would call in, and because I remember I won a contest one time, and they told me to turn my radio down while I was talking to them. So I did, because there was like a song going on while I was talking to the DJ, and then like 3 minutes later, the song ended, and I heard the entire conversation that I just had with
that's
with the
cool.
DJ edited and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, what? So we're in the age of smartphones. You have kids, Coley. You have kids. What did boredom look like to you before smartphones? Like,
Man, I don't remember getting really bored. Like my mom would be like, "Go find something to do," and you would just have to go do it. If it got super hot, like I grew up a Chicago Cubs fan, and in the middle of the day in the summer, WGN would always have a Cubs game on during the day because they didn't have lights when I grew up at Wrigley Field. They didn't
right?
get lights till the early, I guess, mid '90s maybe.
I,
So
that's
everything
crazy.
was a day game there. So
Yeah.
I would turn on channel 20. And my favorite player was Mark Grace and Ryan Sandberg. And I'd watch baseball in the middle of the day because it was usually a 12 or 2 o'clock game if they were at home. And I can remember doing that quite a bit when it would just get too hot to go outside. But I don't know, man. I don't remember. I don't remember being bored. I really don't. There were so many kids in the neighborhood, and like I said, our next door neighbors were an older couple that had a pool, and they didn't like back then like there was no like safety. We did whatever we wanted to do, and
Yep.
there was no parents watching us play in this pool. Like no one had to have permission to do it. Like we just all came home for dinner, and we would eat, and then a lot of times in the summer there was still 2 or 3 days of daylight left. And we were really lucky because where our backyard was, for some reason, in the house caddy corner to us, they had a lamp, like a street light in their backyard. So we could actually kind of have night games, wiffle ball night games,
Oh, yeah.
which was really fun. And we even took it one step further. I remember my dad going to a hardware store, and he bought this like massive spotlight, and we hung it up caddy corner on the fence near where home plate was. So we had the whole backyard lit up, and then we had the home plate and the infield lit up. And I can remember playing till midnight sometimes, wiffle ball in the backyard. And then our house was kind of like the cool house. Like I can remember people just being like, I don't feel like walking home, and they go in and call their mom, and they just stay at our house, and mom would have to beg us to all take showers because we were all boys, and the last thing we thought we needed to do was go clean ourselves, and
Right.
I got a question for you.
yeah.
All right, so being a dad yourself, and this happens to me all the time. I gotta think. You gotta think back. How often did your dad or mom, doesn't matter, I guess, play specific things with you? I'm not talking about like playing video games or anything like that, but I feel like my daughter always wants me to play with her, which is fine. But
Sure.
you can only take so much of it, right? I mean, you
Yeah.
can only be a kid for especially when it's like stupid games.
Yeah.
but I don't remember my dad ever like I'd play with my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't remember my dad ever just like coming down and like playing with me. That was never a thing.
Right. Well, we were so sports heavy. Like I didn't have a ton of like that kind of stuff. Like everything we had was sports related. So my dad traveled quite a bit, but he would be home Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And then there'd be that rare occasion, like he was a minister, but he traveled. So he was gone the whole from like Sunday to Wednesday, he was on the road. But I can remember Thursdays and Fridays, like in the summer, like he would come in and he'd be all-time pitcher, and he would be all-time for the wiffle ball games, and that
My
would
dad
be
did that too. My dad did sports stuff with me. We'd always go play
yeah. But
basketball.
I remember my mom being more part of like helping us than my dad. Like football season, my mom was taking us to football practice. She was throwing us passes. She was doing whatever basketball. She'd be out in the driveway rebounding for us. Like my mom was so instrumental in our sports. Even when I went off to play college ball, my mom didn't miss but maybe 2 or 3 games. Like she would fly in or fly wherever I was playing to watch me play ball. And so I remember my mom more than my dad. My dad playing was like, oh crap, I can't believe my dad's out here doing it with us, you know? Like my mom was the one like, hey, who won the game this afternoon? Or like who's winning, you know, out there. And she would come out and just watch us play wiffle ball. And I remember that to this day. Like she would just sit there on the back patio and like she was watching a day game at a baseball field. And mom was very, very involved with all the things we did with sports. And
That's really
but
cool.
yeah,
That's really cool. Yeah, I feel like it's the same with my. We were sports heavy too. Like we had the basketball court that all the neighborhood kids would come around to, you know, and picture me as like a 10-year-old with all like the 15, 16, 17 year olds like cruising around, dunking in my face and all that kind of stuff. But it was just a different time, you know. Like you know, these days you don't have that neighborhood community quite as tight knit as we did back in the day, which is unfortunate, you know.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Um,
I think a lot of people, it's just that kind of introverted of like, okay, I have my own space now, and I don't want to talk to anybody around it, and that's just kind of where society went.
Man, it's wild. It's wild. But hey, before we end this, we gotta. You ready for a little '90s quiz, salty golfer,
Yeah. Yeah. Let's do it.
to kind of cap things off here? Okay, let's start here. We're gonna start with one that's pretty easy. So we don't even know the answers to these. So there's three answers. So who was the butler on Fresh Prince of Bel Air? Was it Jeffrey, Carlton, or Bettram?
Um, Jeffrey Carlton. It wasn't Carlton was the brother, right?
Will
Was
would
it
always
Jeff?
call him G.
Was it Jeffrey? It was
I think it
Jeffrey,
was
right?
Jeffrey.
Yep, Jeffrey is correct. Jeffrey the
Yeah.
butler. Okay. This one I didn't play Pogs that much. What are the two?
Oh, that's a
types
question
of,
for me. I played
What are the
Pogs
two
all the
types
time.
of playing discs in the game of Pogs? Slappers and flappers, Pogs and slammers, or pillow wogs and tadpoles?
I'm gonna go B there. B.
Pogs and slammers.
Pogs and
Yeah.
slammers, yeah.
Is that what it is? Yep, that is
Yep.
correct. Did you? I didn't get into Pogs either. I remember that was a quick little.
I remember. I can't say I probably did play it, but like I remember that being like before school and at lunchtime. Those were pretty popular games being played in the lunchroom.
Pogs
Yeah.
got banned from my school because it was considered gambling.
Don't lie, you
Interesting.
tried to make a shank out of one, Coley.
No, that's the wafers.
All right, next question. What TV show theme song had the following open line? It's a rare condition in this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. So we got Boy Meets World, The Nanny, or Family Matters.
Family Matters.
I'm going to go with that one too.
Yeah,
That was a great show. Great
Yep.
show.
Great
On the
singing,
s-
by the way. It was good.
Oh, thank you.
You did
Yeah,
great.
I play some guitar and do some karaoke on the side. That's another one of my side hustles there. So, okay, on the Saved by the Bell episode in which Jessie freaked out on drugs, what was she taking? Ecstasy, sleeping pills, or caffeine pills?
I think it was caffeine pills.
yep.
Coley, you can go.
But I'm sure it was probably meth.
No, yeah,
It was not caffeine pill.
It probably was, or ketamine or something. But yeah, I think it was caffeine pills.
It is caffeine pills. It is. Okay. On which kids show, I don't know this, did the character Pierre Escargot appear? All That, the Mickey Mouse Club, or the Ren and Stimpy show?
I'm gonna go Ren and Stimpy. I do
Ooh,
not know though.
I think this one is all that. That's Keenan Thompson's character as
Ooh,
he's in a bathtub.
you are correct. It is all that. I
Wow.
would not have guessed that.
Yeah,
He's the
that
guy
was
that
a
speaks
total
French.
guess.
You learn French, and he's in a bathtub, and he's in like a rain
I love
suit.
the Keenan and Kel show. That was one of my favorites on Nickelodeon. Which TV show theme song had the following opening line? Whatever happened to predictability? Was it Full House, Step by Step, or Sister Sister?
Ooh,
That's Full House.
I think that is Full House. Yeah.
Whatever happened to predictability?
Oh yeah.
The milkman, the paper boy, even TV. See, I can do it too, Ryan.
Yeah,
Wow.
you're a close
Press.
second there. All right, we're gonna go with one more here, and this is pretty easy. Which candy was the fresh maker? Mentos, Tic Tacs, or Nerds?
That would be Mentos.
That is correct. But hey,
Yeah.
it's fun to go down memory lane with some of these.
For sure.
Some of these things.
Absolutely.
I feel like I always say, like the past 25 years might as well have been 500 years with how fast technology has just steamrolled everyone. But
Yeah.
it's wild. But hey, we don't want to take too much more of your time, Wes. Tell everyone where they can find your gear, where they can follow you, all that good stuff.
Yeah, if you just Google the Salty Golfer, all of our taglines, all of our handles are The Salty Golfer. Website is thesaltygolfer.com. Yeah, in fact, we got an end of the season sale going on right now on all our polos. All our polos are from $40 to $60 right now. So
I might have to cop one, actually.
yeah, a good time to, if you've never bought one, a good time to grab one before they go back up in price. But yeah, man, guys, thank you so much. This has been a lot of fun. I don't get to do a lot of these type podcasts. A lot of them are just more serious about the brand and small business type stuff. But this has been a lot of fun.
Well, we're not serious.
Yeah, we're serious. And Coley, you want to plug us here before we call it?
Yeah, you can find us on Offline Daze, DAZE, on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And then you can listen and stream us live, not live, but you can stream us on Apple Music and Spotify. And one more plug before we leave. We are still doing that competition. We're trying to get 10,000 followers on Facebook. Yep. Mm-hmm. If we get 10,000 followers on Facebook, we're giving away Blockbuster gift cards, $50, so you can pay your Blockbuster late fees for those of you that you have it. Yeah.
Hey, funny story about that, real quick. I was served by a deputy sheriff for not paying one of my Blockbuster late fees.
Are you serious?
Serious.
That's classic.
That's amazing.
It was some video game. I think it was NHL, whatever. But yeah, sheriff deputy. I was living with Chris Atkins at the time.
Oh dang!
And came. He served me papers saying I had to go to court and pay a fine for not returning a Blockbuster video game.
And look at the adversity you had to overcome to get where you are today with that. I mean,
it made the man I am today. That adversity right there. So
it's amazing. Well, again, we appreciate your time. It was a great conversation, and I'll send you a message in the next couple weeks to see if we can connect for a beer or a round of golf or something when I'm in town, and would love to, like I said, try to spread the word any way I can, here in Denver, since we're a golf heavy place that gets people from everywhere. You know what I mean? So
awesome. Yeah. Appreciate that.
All right, guys. I appreciate the time.
All right. Peace. See ya.
Oh, the good old days when we play outside. No Wi-Fi, no worries, just a wild ride. Trading baseball cards.